Happy Wine Wednesday, everybody.
Holy crap.
Coming to you live.
We are in Chicago. So we had to set up our own makeshift section here. I got this awesome lamp that was sitting in this room. It's fantastic.
It's probably one of the coolest little lamps.
It's a lamp in a box.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And so we incorporated that as part of the things. It's also our mic stand. And we have a little wine opener. It's about the only one we have.
It's a corkscrew.
So
yes.
So welcome to the show. Today is going to be a tricky one. This one, we have had a lot of conversations on this one. And this one continuously keeps being controversially difficult. It's a tough one. This is a very tough one. Also, we are going to try our best to see you because we can see from far away. Shelly, welcome to the video.
Hi,
Kelly. What's up, Tim? Hey, Ben. Hey,
hello.
Jess. Welcome on. We're going to get into this
I have
one.
my glasses here.
If
we need them.
We're going to need them.
They're little dirty.
Do you know somebody named Kelly?
No. Hey, Kelly.
That's pretty awesome. Hey, Kelly.
Jamie's on. Hi, Jamie.
Welcome on. So this is a tricky one. And so we get into the rules on this where I think we're probably going to be using the rules a lot tonight. Do you want to tell some of the rules?
Yes. So the rules are this. This is our personal development drinking game. So what happens is every time you see a sassy look, typically coming from his side, we drink. And so if you notice there is a sassy look coming from either one of us, let us know.
Put emojis up. Let us know that it's time to drink.
Yeah.
If you're just here to grab up some points for your team, just say hey. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Jeff. Welcome on. Hey, Justin.
Hey, Jordan. So, Jordan's been on a lot of ours lately. Hi, Jane Hoodshock.
Jane Hoodshock.
There you are.
Records.
She did. Yeah. Danielle. Crushing 100 workouts a day.
So just like you just saw, Just De Los Santos, throw up those emojis. Cheers to all of you guys. Welcome to Wine Wednesdays. We are going to get started with you. And we need your help. We need your interaction for this. We're going to do our best to read what you guys have. It is difficult for us to get up, so if we don't see what you say, doesn't mean we don't care. It's just hard for us to see, and sometimes we get on a roll, and that's how this show goes. We also may have guests show up, may not. We don't know. We just let the cards play the way
whoever would like.
And so in which case, I think we should get into what is the topic for tonight. And why is this such a tricky one? What is the accountability controversy? What does that even mean?
Accountability. Taking responsibility for your actions.
Which sounds nice. It's beautiful. That's like a bumper sticker.
I'm telling you, it is very tough to do, especially when you're wrong. When you have to take responsibility or when you have to be accountable for things that you did wrong, it's always a little tougher. Rather than taking accountability to say, hey, by the way, did everyone see that I just did that? It's a little bit easier. A lot easier.
I like very much that you said that. I think that people do believe that taking accountability for something it's tough, it's hard, it's difficult. And I challenge the perspective on that a little bit. Once you take acceptance of something, you take accountability of something, I think that it takes pressure off. And I did videos on this before with Everything is a Choice. If you're in a dynamic that somebody is doing something wrong and you need it to be fixed, would you rather it be you or would you rather it be somebody else? Now, initial response almost always is I'd rather it be somebody else who's doing something wrong. I don't want to be wrong. I learned in grade school that bad marks are bad. I only want A+ and gold stars.
Right.
But when it comes to solving the problem and making it so that there's a solution that works for you, would you rather be the one in charge of that, or would you rather wait for the other person to wake up to be accountable for your feelings and make sure that your happiness is in their hands, and hopefully someday they get it together so you can actually have a good life? Or would you rather drive that car? And so when it comes to accountability, what do you think?
I think that I would rather I like to have control, so I would want to be in control over my own stuff, right? I would want to take it and say, okay, I need to be responsible, or I need to be accountable. I keep saying responsible. I need to be accountable for my own stuff. I prefer it to be that way rather than giving that power to somebody else. For sure.
It seems to be pretty pretty universal so far.
I think it is. I do. And yes. That doesn't mean that I want to. It just means that I'd prefer that.
Okay. Let's play a little bit. Why wouldn't you want to?
Because sometimes it's hard to admit when you're wrong.
Well, unwrap it a little. Why is it hard to admit when you're wrong?
Because I think sometimes when maybe I'll give an example. That would probably help, right? So if you're going through a situation, what?
You see what Christopher says?
He
says, wow, I think I just peed a little.
Oh my gosh. I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is?
Christopher LaRon? I don't know.
I can't even read it.
I think it's funny.
I gotta read it. Okay. So, for example, I'll use a personal story because that's relatable. So, going through my divorce and the things that we went through, right? It's very easy for me to say, he did this to me. He is responsible for doing these things, and this is why it didn't work, right? And a lot of those things are a fact. They for sure are a fact. And for a long time, it was hard for me to see. I think I knew really deep down what I did was not the best, but I justified that, right? I justify it all day long. I know what I did. However, his stuff is worse than mine.
Right.
And so we're going to deflect it to him because it's easier to do that, right?
Yeah.
Of course now, 2 years later, I reflect and also understand, and it's still not easy for me to understand what I did wrong. There are moments where, yes, I should have been home more rather than working, right? I put a lot into my work and my job where he felt disconnected. And so I own a part of that, and you guys will see it in my blog as well. Remember to read that online.
Yeah.
And I share it.
You should check out her blog. It's really good.
I share it in there as well because by no means anytime there's a divorce, it's always a two-way street. Always. There's always two sides to every story, right? Otherwise there wouldn't even be that saying. But it's important that in order for me to move on, I had to come to terms with what I did and what I was accountable for that made this happen. It doesn't make me a bad person, but it helps me be able to move on and to heal and to continue to grow rather than hanging on to all of that baggage and that guilt, because you hang on to something that you know in your heart, that's not really how it went, is tough. But once you're able to express it and let it go, you do start to heal and you do start to naturally feel better about it.
Yeah. And I believe in that there's multiple lessons to be able to try and take away by using our powers of awareness to go, what can I use in this equation to make myself stronger? Not only to not repeat this scenario again,
right,
but also to make it so my awareness of myself is higher in these situations, so I don't do that stuff over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I mean, give me an emoji if you can relate to saying I sure have made a couple mistakes when it comes to dating or being with somebody or a relationship more than once. Like, damn it, how did I not learn from that last one? This one's crazier than the last one. How did I not get it?
Right.
And so if you can relate to that, throw a couple emojis up, because I'm pretty sure we've all made some pretty terrible dating decisions in our lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you said some good lessons, though. You said some good stuff. Did you catch what your own stuff was on that one? Because you said some powerful things.
Did I?
You sure did.
Yeah.
Did you catch it?
Who knows?
You say so much good stuff.
It's hard to catch it all. Okay.
Awesome.
So, hey, Aaron's on. Aaron, you should come over and hang out with us. Okay, so I think the biggest part of this, I think that really sticks with me, is being able to own what I did that was wrong. And know, first of all, that it's okay you did something wrong. To your point, are you learning from those things, right? But also, it's a very humbling moment when you have to really stop and think, why didn't this work out? What could I have done differently? What part is my fault? And that is hard to do, because no one wants things to be their fault, especially when you have a relationship dynamic or maybe work dynamic, when something just doesn't work out. To take accountability for that is terrifying.
Could be.
Can be. Very easily it can be.
Yes. Now, here is the part where I make it controversial. Here's the part where I do a reverse, everything's a choice, logical challenge on everything you just said. What she said is everything's terrifying. It can be scary to take accountability. It can be scary to say, I'm the one who messed up. I don't want to be the one who made that mistake. But there's something that we do in these equations that's very, very important to recognize that I don't think anybody does. When you have a part in the story that you made mistakes on, somehow, naturally, we make a justification that makes it so it's not as bad as it really was.
Right. 100%. Can I speak to that for just a second?
Okay.
Because that is 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what it is. Because when the story comes out, right, and someone is telling their story of how things went.
Mm-hmm. My relationship, he was so mean to me. I was abused.
Right. The relationship didn't happen, right? My marriage fell apart.
Crazy.
Right? All that happened because of him. Mm-hmm. And emotionally, those things are very valid, especially when things are new. Mm-hmm. Because it's so much easier just to, those are your emotions. Emotions get high, and so you deflect and you say, okay, no, you did this to me, you did this to me, you did this to me. And there's no accountability. I really think that the emotional accountability does come later once the emotions kind of calm down a little bit.
Yes.
And, you know, it's important to understand that that is normal. And I think that's sometimes what holds people back for coming full circle and saying, okay, wait a minute. Even though I did say that, now I've had a moment to chill out where I'm not so emotional, where now I can see it a little bit clearer that I also do own a piece of this and that I am now responsible and accountable for my actions and the things that I did.
Okay, and you're right. How can we apply that to people's lives?
Which is very difficult. I think this is where
I don't think it's difficult.
Okay.
I think it's just it's an idea to apply. I think difficulty is an emotional responsibility.
Well, I think that this is, Christopher is asking.
You said they're using examples. It's like it's cold.
To have understanding, it's important. So, Christopher, great question. So, just to catch you up really quick. So, we're giving examples on taking accountability for certain things in our lives and how sometimes that can be difficult. So, I gave the example.
You're speed talking.
Am I? Because I'm trying to speed him up.
So everybody knows. He's a human. We can let's talk to him like a human.
I just want to get the information to them. Christopher, how do you want it? Do you want it a little bit well, that's going in a really weird direction.
Yeah, don't do that. But maybe I'll jump in on this one because you've been on a lightning streak for a second. I'm going to slow you down.
It's just a light bulb.
You're doing great. Okay,
Thank you.
So what she's trying to say is we're talking about things that happen in people's lives. People go through tragedies. People have a victim mentality. This happened to me. This happened to me. Thank you, Jess. You're probably right.
Drink.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So things happen to people, and people hold on to these negative things for their whole lives. That's just what they hold on to. This is what they do. And this is something that people identify. I was in a bad relationship. Somebody was mean to me. I was cheated on. I was abused. I was abandoned. I was made fun of. I was bullied. There's things that people have, dynamics that they hold on to. And what we do is we create an identity for ourselves that's completely around these circumstances that are in the past. And that's who we are. That's who we are. Like I'm the girl in the abusive relationship, or I'm the guy who girls always leave me. And we never, ever, ever attribute our part to the story when we tell it. That's the accountability factor we're talking about. What part did you do? I got beat up by those guys. That was really messed up that those guys beat me up.
They did that to me.
They did it to me. That's messed up. And you're like, well, what happened? You're like, I was just minding my own business. I was trying to make pancakes, and these guys beat me up. It's like, let's watch the tapes. And there's a whole bunch of crap talking and picking a fight and talking trash until it blows up in the guy's face and he gets beat up. You're like, wait a second, you were talking trash for a while there, dude. You picked a fight, and then you got a fight, and it didn't go your way. You weren't bullied or picked on or messed with or abused or abandoned or all this stuff. You picked a fight and you lost. That's what happened. If you tell the story that way, the part with accountability controversy comes in, when you tell the story and it's mostly your fault, we naturally make our negative part of the story smaller. This is a pretty important thing to recognize. People who have been in really crappy relationships don't go, well, I did stay for the whole entire time, and after they were crappy, I stuck around. I stayed there. And when somebody was being really mean to me, I took it. And then I gave it back. And you're like, that sounds like you made a lot of choices to stay there and fight. No, they were the mean one. They were meaner than me. Yeah, but you had plenty of time to leave or just go like, this isn't for me, or not say anything back. Yeah, but I couldn't do that. I needed to tell them how stupid they were. I'm like, that's what picking a fight is.
Right.
And so if you change the story from saying I was in an abusive dynamic to, actually I did pick a lot of fights on that one and just didn't win, well, now the story changes and we start taking our stuff and making it smaller. And that's the controversial part. This is the part where I want you guys to go, I kind of see or I don't see, because this is a very, very complicated concept. But it's not also at the same time. It's also simple. If more of it was on you in your story, the less impactful it is to slow you down from what your goals or your dreams are.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily think that it's a complicated thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I think that, I guess I see both sides, because if you're being real and honest with yourself and you dig deep and you realize that, wait a minute, you know deep down, if you're being honest with yourself, you know where you messed up and you know when you are winning, right? And so it's having that awareness of, what does this really feel like? Take the emotions out of it and then see how you handle it. What?
Just reading, like Eddie had a good point and Chris is being funny. Yeah, Jess knows the situation very well.
Right.
You know,
and so...
Go ahead.
Okay.
No,
so
I went on a rant. Go ahead.
It's okay. Good job. You did good. But I do think that it's, if we have to be humble, we have to be honest. I think with that, everything takes time, you know, and you have to look at, wait a minute, how did I initially, and I think this is where it comes from too, how did I initially tell that story to everybody, right? How did I tell neighbors, friends, family, like, this is what he did to me, or this is what someone did to me, and wait a minute, now, maybe it wasn't necessarily being honest, but
you kind of omit your
you admit your part,
like,
but then at some point, in order to heal and to move on, you have to get to that point where you do acknowledge, okay, I understand, this is what happened. Yes, those things I said before were right. However, this is now the part that I also own and the accountability that I need to take in order to move on for myself, not for anybody else, but for me to be real with myself and to be honest and open and what this looks like for my life. So then, to your point, we're not making those mistakes again, you know, and we're healing and we're moving on. So,
and it's being able to catch the part of the story that. And the reason for it is this is the stuff that holds people back. This is the thing that messes up people's confidence. It's the thing that makes it so that people don't go into a relationship with an open heart. They still have all their guards up and they're still, you're going to get me, you're going to get me. You don't understand my past. You don't understand my story. And those are the things that the defenses that we create for what we call safety. We use these really clever words for being an asshole. Like safety, security, you know, I'm trying to be, like, protect myself, but really you're kind of just being a jerk. And if you take your past stuff and shove it into the person who's coming next, like, I didn't do that. I'm not doing that to you. I'm not who they were. Stop treating me this way. Like, that's the thing where you start going, if you really look at the story, you don't have as much leniency to slam on somebody who wasn't a part of the situation because you didn't let it go. Now the trick to this is being able to say, how do I let it go? And this is why I say use the natural defense mechanism that we have inside of us, that we make our part of the story that was kind of dickish not as much a part of the story. We naturally do this. I do this, she does this, you probably do this too. If you were in a situation that wasn't that good, and a part of what you did was not that cool, you kind of omit your part in the story and go, that guy was a jerk. I mean, I only said one thing, and then this guy just went off. Like, you're like,
can you believe he did that?
Can you believe? Unbelievable.
I can't believe he did that either.
Flabbergasted.
We've all been there. We've all had those moments, I feel like, yeah.
And so in which case, if you really go, all right, actually I did talk a lot of trash to really instigate that moment. It was no longer you were abused or bullied or picked on. You kind of picked a fight and lost. That's what happened. And then you go, well, I don't want to talk about that. So let's go ahead and just move past that. And then now your natural defense mechanism becomes a very valuable tool. And that's the point, is how do you make it so if you naturally make your negative part of the story not part of the story, what if you gave more accountability to yourself in the situation? Would it make it faster to move on from it?
Right.
That's
what
the
do
challenge.
You guys think?
That's the challenge.
Yeah. That's a good challenge.
So give us your thoughts. We want to hear your thoughts. Keep sending some stuff. Chris, I love how interactive you are. You're doing great.
Me too, and welcome. I think he said this is his first one. Throw up an emoji. Throw up an emoji.
Give us your stuff. Give us your stuff.
Would love to have you guys throw up an emoji if you have been in this situation yourself, where maybe you
are working through stuff. You may be holding on to something in the past. There could be some vicious demons that are sitting in your closet that have been there since you were 10 years old. I don't even know. I don't know your story. But go ahead and go, you know what? If I did really be honest with myself, some of the stuff that I've been holding on to that I say this is me is not really me. It's the attention that I get from being that person that makes me go that direction.
And I guess.
Yeah.
How the story that you've continued to tell has now become who you are and your identity.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something you have to be very cautious of.
It's dangerous.
Is what happened to you now become your identity and who you have become. Mm-hmm. And is that story something that you are now? That is my life story. When I meet people, this is who I am. This is made me who I am, and this is my story I tell. What part do you play in that? What?
That's a good one. Cheers! Yeah. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Give me a high five.
But it's true.
Cheers to that. Cheers to you
guys.
Very
true.
If you're watching this, I know you probably need a drink by now.
Yes.
Because this is legit.
Aaron, you're absolutely right. Do not be a victim. Absolutely. What part do you own in this situation?
Well, being able to use this tool does make whether you're a victim or not in that story a choice.
Right.
You know, and I'm not trying to victim blame, and I do want to be very clear. I don't try to victim blame, but if you try and put equal amount of unbiased opinion into situations, it does seem kind of like you should be able to be a little more accountable for what happened. You know, like if there's terrible things, like there's horrible things that have happened to people, but what were you doing there?
Right.
Why were you hanging out with those people? Why did you go to that place? Why did you drink too much? Why did you end up in that dark alley? Why did you do those things? If you would have made different choices, you wouldn't have even been there. So who are you really blaming? You know, if you walk into a wolf's den with meat on your neck and you get attacked by wolves, who are you mad at? Those wolves should never have attacked me. Why did you walk into their house with food on your neck? That they should never have.
What, right? In situations like that, it's very quick to say, no matter what, they shouldn't have done that to me, right? But again, you walk in somewhere and you start something, or something doesn't go right, and part of it is your fault. Well, that's part of the consequence too. Not that it's right.
Okay, look at Chris's thing. You see that? It's a good one. I'm sorry.
Let me put my glasses on.
Chris says, I was beat up emotionally in school.
I'm stronger because of it.
I was beat up physically, and I'm stronger because of it. I was also beat up very emotionally.
But I think that's a great point, Christopher, because in the way that what you go through does make us stronger. But I think in that moment, what part did you play? In some bullying situations, that's not what we're talking about, because there are people that There are many people.
I still believe there's choices, but I'd go for it.
There are many people that get bullied for just existing. That part is not what we're talking about.
It is true.
We're not going to talk about that because that is different.
And I have dreams in the future that I will make a program for those kids who just woke up that morning just for people to be dicks to them. There's reasons why people do what they do. And people do, and I wrote about it in my book, people will do what they will until there's a reason to stop.
Absolutely.
And that's always. And people are like, about morality and choices and all that stuff. You know, I think there's ethics and all that stuff to it. I'm like, hold on. If you want to get into ethics and morality, Christopher, we just found out from the president, free reign, no problem. You will never, ever, ever be in trouble. You're the only human in America that can just steal with no consequences. Literally, you can go and take anybody's stuff that you want, and the government will say, it's Christopher. He's good. Well, he just took my car. That's my car. That's Christopher. He took your car. It's now Christopher's car. Now, in a world of morality, if you had absolute impunity on being able to just take whatever you want, how long until you go like, I'm just going to take this candy bar? I mean, I can take this, right? They're like, you're Christopher. Absolutely, you can take that. Go ahead. I guess I'll just take this Baby Ruth. And they go like, well, now what else can I take? They're like, so what if I do this? You're like, that's my drink. And the government's like, hey, that's Christopher. He can have that drink. You go get another one. You're like, this is pretty good. Hold on a second. How long until you start doing some real crazy stuff because you have absolute impunity? This is where the whole ethics and morality starts getting really, 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 really blurry. And so when it turns into the accountability and what part are you going to be doing with which thing, it gets tough when you start changing the rules a little. So, anyways, I was just going off of what they were saying on that thing. I think I may have lost my train of thought on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe even you.
Yeah, I was like, what? I get what you're saying, but you did lose me a little bit. I know sometimes I lose you too.
Yeah.
But you did lose me on that one. I'm like, what? I get what you're saying.
There's a point that I was getting to, but then it turns out we're drinking on Wine Wednesday, and so it messes
cheers
up
to that.
Cheers to that. You know what?
I mean, cheers to that.
We are live. We are human.
We live. Just like, who says that?
That's
Tiffany Stevens. With what is her podcast name?
The Dynamite Life.
Yes.
Ownership of choices. 2 kids grow up in an alcoholic household. One kid could grow up to become an alcoholic, and the other a Seymour. I can't hit that button. I am literally covered in cords over here. Do you want to do it, or you want to let Eddie's thing go by?
What do you want to do?
If we're going to do it, it is up to you. Everything's a choice. All right. All right, see the Seymour? So we have to, it blocks it off. Facebook doesn't allow only so much.
Grows up to become a counselor. It's all about what you take out of the situation and how you apply it to your future. 100%.
Absolutely.
Aaron says, I understand it's about boundaries and no one enforcing them.
It's true. It's crazy. And I think that's where it comes into is there's so many factors that go into some of this stuff. I think we should stay on topic. I could go into the weeds hard as hell right now. I'm going to try to refrain from that.
Yeah.
I think let's stay on the idea. And the idea is still, if more of it in the story was your fault, and naturally we make the stuff that's our fault smaller, wouldn't it only make sense in the story to make more of it your fault so that you can move past it quicker?
Mm-hmm. Right. I agree.
I'd love to hear some more stuff from you guys. Aaron, you can get your ass down here if you'd like to. Jump on in. We'd love to hear from you. This is a simple but complicated concept because it does take humility. You do have to
that's the
suck
complicated
it up,
part.
You got to say, I am wrong. I made some mistakes. And it is on me that I was even in the situation in the first place. He was mean to me. Well, you were with him for 4 years. Why didn't you leave earlier? It wasn't that easy.
Right.
It was what it was. You just gave an emotional value to it.
Right.
Don't do that.
Absolutely. And that's the complicated part is to be able to dissect it, look at it, be honest with yourself of what this is, and have some humility about it, you know?
It's tough.
Well,
What's really funny, too, is you can attest to this, too. how easy it is for us to go like, well, I can see your situation clearly sucks. Why don't you just leave?
Yeah.
Easy advice, right?
Yeah.
How good are you at giving advice?
Wonderful.
How good are you at taking your own?
Amazing. How good are you at giving advice?
Awesome.
How good are you at taking your own advice?
Generally shit. What's really funny?
I'm glad that you're have humility about that. Be more like Rick.
I do. Here's the funny thing about my own advice is because you can read my book, you can go through my stuff. Actually, in that backpack, I got a whole bunch of books too. I didn't know who'd be here. But in my book, I talk about the accountability part to it very briefly. This next book I'm writing is way deeper into it. It's actually probably most of the book. Between awareness and accountability, that's most of the book. But one of the things that's funny when you do self-reflection on yourself is you don't want to take your own advice. You don't.
No.
But when people can read your book and then use your own stuff against you, that's a son of a bitch. Let me just tell you how annoying that is. When I'll be talking to her or even her kids and we're getting into a conversation, they go, oh yeah, well, everything's a choice, right? And you go, son of a bitch, that was my own thing. Yeah. Oh, Chris, I got you. Hold on. I'll
yeah. So, you're absolutely right. And my kids now, and I think there is a part where, you know, aside from accountability, well, I guess it's accountability too. You know, the things that we say.
That trusty just a mile a day bag.
Right. The things that we say, is that how we also act too? And what does that authenticity look like? You know, if you're one to always give great advice, but you're also not leading by example and doing it yourself, what does that look like? And kids are very quick to remind us that we're not doing maybe what we preach sometimes.
Yeah,
more me than him.
I think it is pretty good on that one. Acceptance is important. Let's see.
Christopher, yes, get the book. Go to justamileaday.com. You can purchase it there.
Also
Everything is a
Amazon.
choice. It's also on Amazon. If you buy it on Amazon, you have to leave a review. Please.
People, I've had 100 people go, this book was the shit. And I'll go, why don't you just leave a review? Well, when it's really good, I don't do that. But if it was really bad, I would have 100 reviews.
Yep. Where's Kelly's book? It's right here. I'll bring it to you.
Yeah. Let's go do a workout.
Yes.
I got to send one to Ann Welenchowski. I already signed it and everything. It's
you did.
Ready to go.
Okay, it's going out soon.
But in any case, yes, we have had people win this book. We have people read this book. But I have had, even in my own building that I live in, a lot of people read my book, and everyone's like, damn, this is a good book. Like, you nailed it. This book it took 3 years to get this thing done, and it is solid. It is not self-help. Our editor even, she's like, I hate self-help books. I hate them. And when she was doing this book, she was like, this book is great. Like, this isn't telling me how I'm supposed to live. This is just teaching me my awareness of what my options are, which gives me power. This is a good book. Because there's nowhere in this book that I tell anybody how they should live their life. I don't believe that anyways. I don't. I believe that everyone gets to choose what they're going to do, which is why the book's called Everything is a Choice.
And it's really great.
Yeah, that's mostly what most of these whole things. Every Wine Wednesday has been the Everything is a Choice drinking hour. So it's our cheat day with a purpose, our personal development drinking game. Andrea is more emotional than I am, so she'll bring the more human aspects to these things, where I'll be more like, what's the formula to this? How can we apply formula to people's lives? Hey, Mama.
Hi. Yeah, and the more emotional one, believe it or not. It's weird.
People call you the rooster?
Oh, no, he said people call me Rooster. Hi, Nancy, Ben Pearson's mom. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, this is a good topic.
This is a tough
What
one.
questions do you guys have for us?
All right, fire some stuff, because you guys
Fire
have this
away.
for a little bit. And this is one where I really want you to almost rewatch this and go, damn, that sucks. It's a pooper book. Yes, it is. Yeah, you keep it in your bathroom. I wrote it short on purpose.
Here's the
it's
thing.
like 130 pages.
So let me tell you something about this book.
Okay.
So it's one of those books you can pick up as a reference guide once you read it. It's super easy just to pick up and read a quick chapter and put it down.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is hard to put down once you start reading it. But super easy to read.
Yeah,
super easy to read.
I took almost 100 pages out of this thing from what I wrote initially because I just didn't want it to be preachy, and it's not.
No, it's not. And it makes a lot of sense. So grab up the book. It's great.
So it's on Amazon or justamileaday.com. Much easier to find on justamileaday.com. You just go in the shop, and you can also get the shirts that we have for this. It's the Mirrorvational shirts that read correctly when you look in the mirror. The one that goes with this obviously says everything's a choice. So when you're in difficult moments, you can look in the mirror and go, oh yeah, I'm the one in control of this. What am I doing? I can choose how to handle this. What am I doing? And it gives you your power back. So check it out. It's really good. So justamileaday.com. We are updating everything on there, so it's going to look totally different in the next few weeks.
Yes.
Let's see. Did you say also on Kindle? Yes, it is on Kindle. Yes, it is on Kindle, and it's $5 less if you get it on Kindle. So it's on Amazon if you want the Kindle version. So yes, we do have that, Danielle.
Ben says.
I read it many times.
Thank you.
And it's such an amazing book that has helped me to be who I am today. And if that's true, Ben Pearson is one of the heroes that we have in this. We have the Ben Pearson Beast Mode 100 Challenge starting next month in Just a Mile a Day. And that's going to be where if you can commit yourself to doing just 1 mile to yourself and with your family, or even for your family, for 100 days in a row, you will beat the beast, slay Ben Pearson's monster, and he will recognize you for it.
And get a certificate that says that you are beast, you slayed the beast, and you're officially certified.
Which we are also going to put on the Just a Mile a Day website. You will be immortalized as somebody who has beaten 100 days in a row for Ben Pearson, and we will have it placed on there where you'll be an elite group of people who have achieved this amazing feat.
You guys, in addition to that, we also have the challenge we talked about last Wednesday. I can't wait for the holidays. Normally we talk about this on Sunday, so I'm just throwing this in really quick. Also, we are doing a lot of things with the website as far as updating it, and we can't wait for you guys to see it. It's incredible. This guy right here has put in a lot of work and time and energy to get this website up and running the way that we need it to be. You guys are going to be so excited. New programs coming out.
You'll see.
And that commercial, you guys better be waiting for it.
We got some funny commercials. We've got great stuff. We've got some heartfelt stuff, and we're going to simplify everything. We wrote out, and I did a post today to show on Just a Mile a Day all the stuff that we created in the last 10 months, 8 months. 8 months. We created all these programs, and we have pages of stuff that we've made for all of you, and we're just going to condense it and simplify it so everyone has access the way that they like it to be. Whether you just want free stuff, whether you just want to do things yourself, you don't need all the rah stuff, or if you want to team up with everybody and just go in all in, we're going to simplify everything for everybody. Because our target audience is people who are like, I just need to get going again. I don't want to feel like I'm failing all the time. I want to win.
Absolutely.
So where do I start? And that's who we're
start here with us.
All right. What did Selena say? She will slay the beast. This student learned well from the master
himself.
That's awesome, Selena. Cheers to you. You are nailing it tonight. What do you have in that drink?
Water.
It is the strongest water ever. So good.
Just kidding. I don't even know what it is. It's wonderful though.
Magic drink. So, thank you guys for joining us for this one. This is a tougher topic. I think that this has been a lot less backlash than I was expecting. I was expecting people like, I don't know about that bullshit. I've been this person my whole life.
But it can, but it is super relatable because everyone has this in them. I don't know one person that doesn't do this. We tell the story how we understand it, not always taking accountability for what we've done. We portray it to be a little bit different. Everyone has that. Everyone has that in them. And so take a moment if there are certain things in your life that you feel like are holding you back or not letting you move forward, or you feel like there's a sense of like, maybe I wasn't being so honest about that. Write it down and let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's in our mindset training stuff that we do, the stuff that we actually do the training for this. We just finished our 3 months with our class this last Tuesday. We'll be starting a new one up soon. I would encourage anybody, because it's been a life changer for the people who are in this group. Some of the people are in this video right now still. I know Jess and a few people are still in it, who like, it's not even the same person from 3 months ago.
No, and
it's pretty amazing.
It really is. So if you guys haven't checked out mindset training, it's a lot of, you know, these types of lessons, I guess, but more detailed. This doesn't even do it justice. It's nothing like what it's like.
Not even close.
But just being able to have the connection with other people and build relationships with the people that are in the group. But to Rick's point, there's so many people that are literally changing their lives because their mindset is now different. Mm-hmm. And night and day difference, truly. Like the way that they physically look, as well as how they're even speaking, and the confidence within them is such a beautiful, beautiful thing that's happening. Mm-hmm. And so if you guys haven't signed up yet for mindset training again, highly recommended. It's something that completely changed me, I know for sure. Yeah,
no, absolutely. Also, something I'm going to put out there, and this is only for this video. If you're one of the few people watching this, we're going to give you the hook the hell up right now. We are going to have to up all of our prices on the stuff that we're coming out with next. So things are going to go up very much. But the people who have the legacy pricing that we have now, we are not going to change your pricing. We will give you access to the program that fits what you're paying for now. So if you're in mindset training and you're doing $99 a month, we are not going to change that, even though that program is going to be boosted big time because there's so much stuff we're adding. You'll be added into the added group, no price change. If you're in Jam the Excuses or in the Warrior training, that pricing is going to go up, not for you. So anybody who signs up before November 1st will have legacy pricing. We will never mess with your pricing, and you will be able to have a hookup from now until forever if you keep it. Only caveat, if you cancel your program or you cancel what your legacy pricing is, you'll just be paying what everybody else pays. So you'll literally be saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars getting the same programs that people are paying almost twice as much for, simply because you were supporting us before it got all put together. Just giving you a choice. You don't have to do this. It makes us more money if you don't, but we would love to have you guys be able to take advantage of the stuff that we made for you and just get all the cool stuff for way less than you're supposed to. Just giving you an option. If you want to wait, that's better for us, but if you don't, it's better for you. It's your choice.
Yep, absolutely.
So we bust our ass for people. We really do. I can't wait to give it back. I can't wait for everybody to be able to start using this stuff. But we have a lot of people.
There's so many people that are. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Can't wait till it's like thousands and thousands of people who are like doing this stuff. But hey, step by step, we're moving forward every day.
Every day, moving forward. Mm-hmm. Always. And so if you guys are unsure where to start, join us on Facebook, just a mile a day, and also, just start walking. Post your mile. That's where you start.
Also, if you're unsure, you can watch the video I posted last night on the Just a Mile a Day YouTube page that we have. We have hundreds of videos on there people don't even know about. I've literally been using YouTube as my storage system. Not even kidding.
And it's wonderful.
And there's a lot of good stuff. So jump on, go check it out. Last night I did a video called C is for Confidence, and I break down the everything is a choice version of what confidence is. I hope you like it. Check it out. It's all there.
Good job.
There's a lot of good stuff. Everybody's
we're good, guys.
Fun. Chris, you've been really fun. I'm glad that you jumped on this thing. Thank you for that. Like, you've been really interactive. I really appreciate that a lot. So thanks for jumping on, Chris. Like, this is the first video I've seen you on, and I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah, that's what he said. Every Wednesday night. What time?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
8 o'clock Central.
8 Central. Yes. Just has a see more option. I know it's so far.
Can't see it.
It says, I use all the stuff every day. Mindset, Jam the Excuses, streaks, something from
tidbits from the book.
Tidbits from the book.
It's all amazing if you take advantage of it.
It's very true. Jess has been a part of all of the programs. She hasn't missed any one Wednesdays, and she's been a big part of all this stuff.
Yeah, Sandy too. Sandy is yes. Sandy's doing the Warrior Challenge plus all this other stuff. So
they're such powerful women now, and that's not how we started. It's not how it started off, and now they're unstoppable.
Chris, it's okay. Christopher, it's okay. Just do what you can.
Mm-hmm. Just start at the beginning.
Chris.
Just do a mile a day.
I'm not Chris, though. Okay, yeah. Do what you can.
Yeah, don't call him Chris.
Don't call you Christopher.
It's a Christopher.
Christopher, do what you can. Even if it's a quarter of a mile, post it. We'll cheer you on.
Yeah.
At some point, you'll be able to do a mile.
We've had days we had to do hand bikes and all kinds of stuff. Also, if you want to talk about not having a foot to do stuff, check out Ben Pearson's stuff. That guy, he's the guy who's in the wheelchair, who kicks ass every day. He's well over 1 million steps this year. Like, there's always excuses, but there's always solutions. And so that's the challenge to all things. It's always a choice of how hard you go to find it. But Ben Pearson is also in the same boat where he's also got foot issues. He can't use them. And he still kicks ass.
Every single day. He's over 1 million steps.
That's a funny thing to say.
It's incredible.
Ben Pearson, I truly love
Say it again.
Ben, he doesn't have his foot, but he'll still kick your ass.
It's true.
He will too. He's
Seriously.
Such a strong dude.
He's amazing.
Oh, and you go for Mom, of course. Of course.
Are we? Oh.
What do you want? That's my grandma. Of course.
Your mom.
My mama said she needs to get one for grandma.
No, I didn't ask you that question.
She said, Rick, I need to get one for grandma.
I asked you a different question quietly, but you didn't hear me.
I did not. Yes, he's the best. Ben doesn't only kick ass. What's he say? He motivates and encourages so many. He really is. He really, Ben Pearson's damn right. Ben Pearson's a monster. That's why it's the Beast Mode Challenge. He's always in beast mode. I thought your girl Erin would have been down here by now. Okay. All right. Hey, cheers to all of you guys. Let's go ahead and give you guys a shout out. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us on another
Cheers to all of you. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, this went way smoother than I thought it was going to go.
You're welcome.
I truly think so. I was expecting this to be not that smooth. I was going to say shit show, but I didn't want to swear so much.
Aaron's like, I'm in bed. I hear you. I'm about to be there too.
Yep, give us a minute. All right, so thank you guys for being on this thing. I appreciate all of you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope that something that we said today is going to stick in your brain, and you're going to go, damn, I can barely sleep thinking about that one, and reflect on some of the bullshit that's happened in your life, the stuff that's held you back the most, and just play the trick on yourself where you really do give yourself more accountability. What was I doing there? Why did I do that thing? What is my thing that I'm doing to make it so that situation even happened?
Right.
Because a lot of choices had to happen for you to be in that situation that made you feel the way that you feel. And when you start factoring those in, it starts giving you power back that you didn't realize you had. And with awareness and understanding and really processing that sometimes if it's your fault, that's the best case scenario. It may give you your power back. And I'm proud of everybody who's going to take the time to really go, phew, I got to think on that one for a little bit, because I have been in this rut for a long time.
Change your identity. If you've been living as a thing that happened to you and not taking responsibility, it's time to change it. Write those things out.
Right, because nothing is happening to you. Things are
happening for you. You
got it. Absolutely. So, thank you guys for joining us. I really appreciate all of you for being on tonight.
Thanks, you guys.
It's only been 45 minutes. We've crushed it today. It's so fast.
Yeah, good job.
We made some mistakes and had some 3-hour videos. I'm glad Jinju's not asking questions today. All right, so thank you guys for this. We really do. Really do. Much love. Check out the book, Amazon, or easier on justamileaday.com. If you're not in the group for Just a Mile a Day, join the group, check out the culture, see all the stuff, because normally this stuff is only broadcasted in the group, but because we need to share it because it is a private group, we are doing publicly with Andrea, and it's been working out pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, actually. And so in which case, we are glad that you get to join us today. jump into the group, have some fun, start doing your streak, take on Ben Pearson's Beast Mode Challenge. And if you're like, well, now that I'm in here, what do I do?
Also, if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out to either one of us separately through Messenger. We are available. If you guys need us, we are here for you. And
can we be more accurate? There's a lot of stuff we will get to you.
I'll get to you faster.
She'll get to you faster. We'll get to you. But we are busy as hell outside of here.
That's true.
I do appreciate you saying that we just get to you because we just sitting there watching our phones.
I'll get back to you.
That's
not the case. We will get back to you though.
But we are human, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you, and everybody matters, and we'd love to be able to help you out. So
if you haven't, I don't even know your part.
Oh.
You say it now.
You sure?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to switch it up.
No, I
felt
don't want
it.
to.
I thought it felt good.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So for those of you who are wondering, what am I supposed to do? I'm here and I'm stressed and I'm starting and I don't know what the beginning is. And I think I have to do these Arnold Schwarzenegger 4-hour-a-day workouts. You don't. All you have to do is lace up your shoes, get up off the gym couch,
and do the jam thing.
That's it.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Have a good night.
All the way around. Kill some time. I gotta go.
Bye, guys.
We're live. Keep saying goodbye. Keep saying goodbye.
Goodbye.
Keep saying goodbye. I gotta hit the button. I gotta hit the button here. Hold on.